Imagine being thrown into a pit full of hungry lions with no way out. You hear their growls echoing in the dark. The smell of dust and fear fills the air. What would you do? Stay with me, because how one man survived this night will change the way you see faith forever. Daniel's story begins long before he faced the lions. He was a young man taken captive from his home in Jerusalem to the mighty empire of Babylon. Surrounded by foreign gods and political intrigue, Daniel stood out. He was wise, humble, and completely devoted to his God. His character was so impressive that he earned the respect and trust of every king he served. When Darius the Mede became ruler, he recognized Daniel's exceptional qualities and appointed him as one of the top 3 administrators over the entire kingdom. The king planned to set him over the whole realm, but success often attracts envy. The other high officials and satraps couldn't stand seeing Daniel so favored. They desperately searched for some flaw in his work, some mistake or hint of corruption they could use against him. But they found nothing. Daniel was impeccably loyal, honest, and disciplined in his duties. Frustrated, they came up with a sinister plan. If they couldn't find fault in his character, they would weaponize his faith. They went to King Darius with a flood of flattering words. "O King Darius, live forever. We have all agreed that you are mighty and wise. We think everyone in the kingdom should honor you, and you alone. Let's make a decree. For the next 30 days, no one is allowed to pray to any god or human except you. Anyone who disobeys will be thrown into the lion's den." The king, pleased by their apparent loyalty and praise, signed the decree into law. And according to the laws of the Medes and Persians, once a royal decree was signed, not even the king himself could change it. When Daniel heard about the new law, what do you think he did? Did he hide? Did he compromise? No. He went straight home. As he had always done, he went to his upstairs room, opened the windows that faced toward Jerusalem, and knelt down to pray. 3 times a day, just like always, he gave thanks to his God. He chose obedience to God over the law of the king. The conspirators were waiting for this. They burst in, caught him in the act of praying, and immediately rushed back to the king. "Daniel has defied you, O king," they declared. "He has broken your decree. We saw him praying to his God." King Darius was devastated. He deeply admired and respected Daniel, and the realization that he had been tricked into signing his friend's death warrant broke his heart. He spent the entire day trying to find a legal loophole, any way to save Daniel. But the law was irreversible. As the sun began to set, the soldiers came for Daniel. They led him to the pit of lions. The massive stone covering the entrance was rolled aside, and the terrifying roars of hungry beasts thundered from the darkness below. The king looked at Daniel, his voice heavy with sorrow, and said, "May your God, whom you serve so continually, rescue you." Then the stone was rolled back into place and sealed with the king's own signet ring, making the sentence final. That night, King Darius couldn't sleep. He refused food, he refused any form of entertainment, and he paced his palace in agony. His thoughts were consumed by Daniel, the man whose unwavering faith led him to face death without fear. He could only wait for the morning, his heart heavy with dread. Meanwhile, inside the pitch-black den, something truly extraordinary was happening. The air that had been filled with growls became utterly silent. A gentle, calming presence filled the space. God had sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. Their powerful jaws, their sharp teeth, their ravenous hunger, all were silenced by divine power. The fearsome beasts became as gentle as lambs, lying down peacefully beside Daniel, almost like guardians protecting him through the long, dark night. At the first light of dawn, the king rushed to the lion's den. His voice trembled as he called out, his words filled with a desperate hope. "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to save you from the lions?" For a heart-stopping moment, there was only silence. Then a calm, clear voice echoed from the pit. "O king, Live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the lions' mouths. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight. Nor have I ever done any wrong before you, O king." Overwhelmed with joy and relief, Darius commanded that the stone be removed at once. Daniel was lifted out of the den, completely unharmed. When they examined him, they couldn't find a single scratch on him because he had trusted in his God. The king's joy quickly turned to righteous anger toward the men who had plotted against Daniel. He issued a new order. The conspirators, along with their entire families, were to be thrown into the very same den. The Bible tells us that before they even reached the floor of the pit, the lions overpowered them. King Darius then wrote a decree that was sent to all the nations and peoples throughout his kingdom. It read, "I issue a decree that in every part of my kingdom people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel. For he is the living God and he endures forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his dominion will never end. He rescues and he saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions." Daniel's incredible faith didn't just save his own life, it transformed an entire nation and revealed the power of the one true God. He continued to prosper, serving faithfully under King Darius and the kings who followed. This story is so much more than just a tale of survival. It's a powerful testament to absolute trust. It's about standing firm in what you believe, even when the world demands that you compromise, that you bow down to fear. Daniel chose to obey God rather than man, and God honored his incredible courage in a miraculous way. So the next time you feel like you're facing your own lion's den, an impossible situation, a challenge that seems too big to overcome, remember Daniel. Remember that the same God who shut the mouths of the lions is with those who put their trust in him. If Daniel's story of courage has inspired you, please share this video with someone who might need a little hope today. And let me know in the comments, what would you have done in Daniel's place? If you believe that faith is more powerful than fear, give this video a like and be sure to subscribe for more extraordinary stories of faith, miracles, and God's power. Thanks for watching.